Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article from the New York Times that was published on December 13th. Now, I gotta say, this is like so beautiful what's going on here. It truly is. Now, this was written by Jennifer Medina, and let's just say Cenk. He's so toxic that not even Bernie will fucking go near him. It's so beautiful. Bernie had to back the fuck up after people went, dude, you might be old and senile, but hopefully you're coherent enough to understand this. This guy is someone you don't want to be endorsing. And yeah, that's exactly what the end result was. He pulled back his endorsement. This is beautiful. Bernie Sanders retracts endorsement of Cenk Uygur after criticism. Mr. Sanders had said Mr. Uygur was a voice we desperately need in Congress, but many Democrats condemned the endorsement, citing Mr. Uygur's history of offensive comments. Oh, well, you know, hey, it's Cenk. That's like expected, you know, that he says stupid shit. And he goes, oh, I'm on the left, I'm a progressive. And he said some stupid shit. And he goes, oh, well, I was past. Well, this is a guy who's gone through people's pasts. Okay, this is a guy who, when there's nothing in the people's past, him and Anna have literally slandered people. And to have him have his own words put back at him and screw him over and not be taken out of context, it's beautiful. It truly is beautiful. Anyway, let's get into the article here. Can an endorsement be put back in the bottle? Well, not really, because it just made Bernie look like shit. You retract it, you still look like shit. On Thursday, Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont endorsed Cenk Uygur, a progressive talk show host running for a California congressional seat who has a history of making offensive comments about women, Jews, Muslims, and other groups. Well, in actuality, he is a Muslim. Okay? I don't see him making fun of other Muslims. I've never seen him or the Young Turks or Anna or anyone else make fun of Muslims. If anything, they get on their knees and go, oh, please, please stick it in my mouth. They literally cover up, you know, certain attacks that have been perpetuated by a particular religious group, which kind of backs up the fact that they aren't doing that. But he withdrew the endorsement a day later after facing considerable backlash for his decision, and after Mr. Uygur made an announcement of his own. He was no longer accepting endorsements of any kind. This is what I loved about this article. He's no longer accepting endorsements of any kind. Slight problem. Bernie's a senile old fart who was stupid enough to endorse you. No one else is, Cenk. Not even Ocasio-Cortez, who was basically propped up by that little organization you started there, the Justice Democrats, or whatever the frig it's called. Yeah, dude. This is so funny when he is more toxic than Ocasio-Cortez. Oh, God. It's beautiful. Going forward from today, I will not accept endorsements, so it means Bernie Sanders has not endorsed me, Mr. Uygur said, adding that he did not want to damage his potential backers. Ha ha ha! It don't work like that, Cenk me boy. Cenk me boy. How things work is you can't say, well, he didn't endorse me. I didn't accept it, so he didn't endorse me. That's not how it works. He endorsed you whether you wanted it or not, because you were the same piece of shit who, when Trump disavowed David Duke, went, well, it doesn't matter. That's bullshit. He can't disavow him because he's been endorsed. Oh, that sounded a little Nixon, but you get the idea. Like, that's the type of shit he pulled. Now he wants to have a different standard for himself? Well, of course, because he's a shitbag. Going forward from today, I just love that. Going forward from today. I'm sorry, but I get a kick out of that. Like, it actually means something if he says, well, I'm not accepting their endorsement. If someone still endorses you, whether you accept it or not, they've endorsed you. That's why I get a kick out of him saying going forward from today. It's just beautiful. The backing for Mr. Sanders, a leading candidate for Democratic presidential nomination. A leading candidate? Ha! Okay, a leading candidate for the Democratic presidential nomination came in what has already been proved to be a heated battle in the race to replace former Representative Katie. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, I got to read this over. The backing for Mr. Sanders, a leading candidate for the Democratic presidential nomination, came in what was already proved to be a heated battle in the race to replace former Representative Katie Hill, who stepped down earlier this year. So what? He's not really a leading candidate. You've got entitled millennials going, I want free shit, and he's going to give it to me. And Reen going, I don't want to pay for my college education. I took New Age basket weaving, and now I can't get a job. I don't want to pay the 50 grand that it cost me, or 80 grand. And that's the extent of Bernie's support. Friggin' handout wastes of space. And I love this. Oh, well, it's a heated battle. Cenk, it's not a heated battle for that district. Oh, it really isn't. But, okay. You got to spice it up a little bit here. Mr. Sanders had called Mr. Uygur, the founder and co-host of the online talk show, The Young Turks, a voice we desperately need in Congress, in a statement on Thursday. A voice we need in Congress. Oh, yeah. Cenk with his, friggin' squirrel nut-filled cheeks, okay, that stick over onto his shoulders. He doesn't have a neck going, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Of course. Yeah, we really need that. Sure. Oh, God. Bernie is an idiot. He truly is. I know he will serve ordinary people, not powerful special interests, Mr. Sanders said then. Really? I find that funny considering the millions of dollars him and the Young Turks took from Democrat kingmakers, to support the organization because it's not profitable. He sold his ass out. Him and Anna got on their knees and did some lewd and vulgar things for that money. And you say that he's going to serve ordinary people? If those ordinary people have billfolds that can't be folded because they got millions of dollars in them, and they're willing to get their dicks sucked, yeah, then that's ordinary people. If that's your definition of it, Bernie. Oh, my God. But by Friday afternoon, he had reconsidered. Our movement is bigger than any one person, he said. I hear my grassroots supporters who are frustrated and understand the concerns. Cenk today said he is rejecting all endorsements for his campaign, and I retract my endorsement. Oh, God. I just find this is hilarious. Your movement is bigger than one person. Your movement is about entitled little shitbags getting free stuff from, taxing the productive members of society. I mean, this is disgusting. You make it sound like this is a grassroots movement. It's entitled little millennial shitbags who, because of the participation generation, and everyone gets a trophy, and everyone gets this, and everyone gets that, okay, growing up, they now think they're entitled to shit. That's not a grassroots movement. That's a bunch of whiny little children whose parents didn't teach them that you got to earn your fucking shit. They didn't make them go out, and do chores for allowances and shit. They bought them their stuff. Oh, you want a phone, kid? Sure, here's a phone. You want a cell phone? But fine. They didn't make the kid go and get a paper out or, like I said, do chores and earn the money for that phone, or at least earn some of the money for that phone. They were handed their shit. That's not grassroots. That's entitled little shitbags thinking they deserve something. And this idea that because Cenk rejected it doesn't mean it didn't happen, because Bernie retracted it, it never happened. That's not how it works. Bernie did something stupid. Now let's harp on him for it, like the left does. That's how I say things should be going. Harp on that shit. Mr. Uygur, who lives outside the district, is running against Christy Smith, a state assemblywoman who has represented the area for years. Ms. Smith has received the backing of many prominent Democrats in the state, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. So what? That should scare you. It really should, because think about it. Seriously. If she has all the establishment Democrat shitbags endorsing her, she's just another Democrat, shitbag. She was one on the state level, and now she's looking to move on to the federal level. Personally, I would love to see Cenk actually get in. And it's not because I want to see him, succeed or anything like that. It's because I want to be able to sit down with some popcorn and watch his retarded shit. Because it's going to be just as retarded, if not more, than Ocasio-Cortez. But just his retarded shit in Congress. I'm going to laugh my ass off if he were to win. I will sit there and be going, oh my God, what an idiot, and laughing. Okay, because he's going to be going, of course. He's going to talk out his ass, all right? He's going to say some stupid shit. And he's going to go, of course. And when a Republican actually questions him on the other side of the aisle and shows that he's full of shit, he's just going to spurg out like he always does when he gets questioned. It'd be beautiful. It would be so beautiful. Her campaign has called attention to Mr. Uygur's long history of crude comments, many of which are being regularly reposted by her supporters. And what's funny about this? Kind of on a related note, because Sargon did do this video. He thinks he was smeared by the, establishment legacy media when he ran for UKIP. Even before that, that's this whole thing of the dirty smear merchants. Well, he did a video and likened himself to Cenk, and Cenk having the dirty smear merchants attacking him. And what's funny about the whole thing is they're taking actual shit these idiots said. It's not out of context. It's verbatim. And somehow they're being smeared. No, you said stupid shit. Okay? The idea of free speech is the government doesn't infringe on your speech. But if you say stupid shit and society knows about it and they scorn you for it, they call you out for it, you get exposed for it, that's not being smeared. That's being shown for what an idiot you are. For say, what a scumbag. What a racist. Whatever the case may be. You're just being exposed for who you truly are by those statements. Now, you don't like the fact that that's happening. So, of course, like with Sargon, dirty smear merchants. And, playing it with Cenk getting smeared. At least he's become a little more reasonable in his delusions of grandeur. Instead of comparing himself to Trump, at least now he's comparing himself to a fellow shitbag. It just, to me, that's hallelujah. He's finally come back to reality a little bit. He's still out there and he's still high on his own farts, but at least, he's cutting back on the huffing of them for him to say something like that. Because you have to be really high to think, if you're him, that you're even remotely like Trump. But I love this. Her own supporters are calling out Cenk by posting his own stupid shit. In 2017, Mr. Uygur was forced out of the group Justice Democrats, a group he co-founded that backs progressive congressional candidates around the country after his old blog posts objectifying women came to light. Yeah, and you know what's funny? We, because of the Justice Democrats, have him to thank for Ocasio-Crazy Eyes Cortez. And Tlaib, Sheikh Tlaib, whatever her name is these days, the allegedly traitorous wench. This is just beautiful. I'm sorry, but I've been taking pleasure out of reading this. I'm still getting the same amount of pleasure I was getting out of reading this that I did the first time. Mr. Uygur's long history of comments about women included ranking them on a scale of 1 to 10 based on how likely men would have to have them perform. Based on how likely men would be to have them perform oral sex. He also defended a similar ranking by Harvard's men's soccer team, which was widely condemned at the time. Yeah, it was condemned by feminists. Okay, guys rating women is something that women do with men. Women rape men. I mean, we got to leave that out. Oh, no. Let's look at how women rape men. You get 2s and 3s, okay, wanting 9s and 10s. Because women are biased in their number shit. At least the guy's honest. You've got, your low end, a lot of the middle range, and then you get the high end, top end, and it's a bell curve. Women don't have that. But they get offended that, you got to rate women, you're rating women. You know what it is when it comes to that, when the feminists have a problem with that? It's because they're afraid that they're going to be a lower number on the totem pole. And usually they're not exactly the most attractive women, so of course they have reason to fear that. Oh, God. This is just beautiful with Cenk. I'm sorry. This is the gift that keeps on giving. It's like herpes. Mr. Uygur, a longtime supporter of Mr. Sanders, has also disparaged former President Barack Obama on his show, argued, oh no, you can't say anything bad about the sacred cow Obama. They're even bringing that up. I love this. Argued that bestiality should be legal, which he did do, because he was like, well, if the dog's getting off, well, hey, they're getting something out of the deal, because he's a sick fuck. And hosted white supremacist figures, including David Duke. Now, this is what I love. If you have someone on and you have a discussion with them, okay, and the left does not like them, somehow, because you had a debate or a discussion with them to, get out there how they believe, how they feel, and let other people know, so that good, bad, or otherwise, they can make up their own mind. Oh no, if the left doesn't like that, you can't do that. So now they're throwing him under the bus for having like an hour discussion. It was with David Duke. It's hilarious. In one clip that circulated on Twitter, Mr. Duke ends an interview by saying, "I'm not what you call a racist," to which Mr. Uygur replies, "No, of course not." This was after an hour, and David Duke saying, "Yeah, I did stupid shit. My ways have changed, blah, 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 blah. I'm not a racist." And they take that one little last clip, which to me, David Duke is just toxic and should be avoided at all costs anyways, but hey. I love this. He's getting attacked for every little thing. Mr. Uygur called the clip a complete smear that had been taken out of context from a combative 1-hour interview in which he pushed back on Mr. Duke. Yes, he did. But if you notice, he was pretty amicable at the end when he said that. And that's why they're using it against him. He said he had already apologized for and disavowed many of his past statements and called the criticism he was facing incredibly unfair, driven by the corporate Democrats and to some extent corporate media. To quote, "Hard bastard. So sad, too bad." I believe that's how it goes. This is beautiful. Oh no, people are attacking me. Dude, you and Anna do nothing but attack people. Now that you're getting it done to you, you don't like it? Do you need a safe space, Chinky boy? Huh? Do you need a trauma animal to pet? How about some coloring books? Do you want crayons with them, or do you want, like, markers? I mean, Jesus, dude. Grow up. Suck it up. You put yourself out there. You didn't expect them to come after you? Dude, you're a piece of shit. The left don't want anything to do with you. The right sees you for who you are. You're fucked. The only people who do like you, and I should say this, it's not all the people on the left that hate him, are the far leftists who are so stupid they buy into the dumb, out there, propagandistic lies and bullshit you spew on a daily basis, and while going the whole time going, of course, because you're an idiot, and you've got no actual fucking arguments. You take shit out of context on your show to feed those morons, those low IQ, low information morons that you've managed to have watching your shit. No one else likes you. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if your own mother doesn't like you. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if your parents hate you. The only reason why they're civil to you is because they know that your nephew, he's fucked if he doesn't have a job with you. So they don't want to piss you off. Ms. Smith has mostly declined to comment on Mr. Uygur's past remarks, which have repeatedly resurfaced in local press. But last month, she told the Washington Post, "I'm not sure how to rank what is most damning of his commentary, but the most disqualifying to me was the night of the Saugus High School shooting when he boasted about his fundraising totals while I was with grieving families and students." Ooh, snap. Well, he does like that money. I mean, him and Anna did get on their knees for that Democrat kingmaker. Each got on the side of the shaft and both worked it at the same time to get that money that they got from him. Ooh. He is not fit to serve anywhere, least of all a district where he doesn't even live. I love this. Oh, God. Cenk is getting raked over the coals, and it's well deserved. Oh, it's beautiful. Several liberal groups in California have condemned Mr. Uygur, and Mark Gonzalez, the chairman of the Los Angeles County Democratic Party, had called for Mr. Sanders to withdraw his endorsement. Wow. A bunch of sentence fragments thrown together with commas. This is the New York Times, too. Several liberal groups in California have condemned Mr. Uygur, okay, and Mark Gonzalez, which no comma needed there. It would be Mr. Uygur and Mark Gonzalez. No comma needed. Okay, then you would need a comma for the chairman of Los Angeles County Democratic Party. Then you would need, say, an and here, mind you, and had called for Mr. Sanders to withdraw from his endorsement. This is pretty sad when some guy like me is calling out the New York fucking Times for shitty fucking English grammar. This is hilarious shit. I don't know what the hell these people at the New York Times are doing that an editor can't look at that and go, yeah, that's just a bunch of sentence fragments. You should probably throw an and in here and et cetera like I did. I mean, come on now. This man has spent decades. I was about to say many decades. This man has spent decades, including up until recently, attacking women, the LGBTQ community, Jews, Muslims, Asian Americans, and African Americans, he said in a statement. Excuse me. He's pretty much sucked everyone's dick there, for the most part, except for maybe the Jews. Oh, wait. Him and Anna did say about Asian Americans with the whole Harvard thing. They were saying, oh, well, it's okay if you're discriminated against, basically. So maybe that's what they're using? Oh, my God. It's so funny. The people attacking him don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. As bad as he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Oh, my God. Ms. Hill stepped down from the congressional seat in October after new pictures of her surfaced online. She faced a House ethics investigation into allegations that she had a sexual relationship with a member of her congressional staff, a violation of House rules and which she denies. Ms. Hill said she was the victim of an abusive husband who engaged in revenge porn by distributing the photos. I love this. She cheats on her husband, and he was abusive. She cheats on her husband. The pictures come out, and it's because he's abusive. I'm sorry, but instead of posting the pictures, if he was actually abusive, he would have knocked the bitch out. Just saying. All right? He posted the pictures because he's like, you cheating whore. And they're trying to make him out. I'm not saying he's a saint, but to me it sounds like they're just trying to smear him because, oh no, this woman who was supposed to be so good, representing the Democrat Party, turns out to be like this really skeezy, slutty whore, and it looks bad. Who's taking advantage of her position and sleeping with people that she shouldn't be sleeping with. I mean, that looks really bad. Oh, so we got to blame the husband. The sprawling congressional district north of Los Angeles includes Santa Clara and Simi Valley bedroom communities that are popular with people who work in Los Angeles but move for less expensive housing. Less expensive housing in California? Well, Southern California? The district is widely viewed as moderate, but Mr. Uygur said he had no doubt he would win as a liberal. Ha ha! Yeah, Cenk, dream on, buddy. Everyone knows they are criticizing me because they think I'm too progressive, he said last Friday. Ha! You progressive dude, you're taking money from establishment fucking neo-lib, globalist, shitbag, fucking Democrat kingmakers, and you're too progressive. Okay. Will Rodriguez Kennedy, the chairman of California Young Democrats, noted that many progressive groups had already backed Ms. Smith in the race and said he was surprised by the Sanders campaign decision to get involved. It's more like, holy shit, someone fucked up at Bernie's place and didn't tell him that Cenk was toxic. Oh, this is so funny. I am almost positive they didn't check with this local team, Mr. Rodriguez Kennedy said. It is not usually a good thing to make controversial endorsements. Yeah, Cenk is controversial. It's so beautiful. Oh, of course I'm going to win. Of course. Yeah, okay, Cenk. Cenk has a history of racist and homophobic and misogynistic comments that are inconsistent with the Democrat Party. What I find is so fucked up. They're leaving the biggest one alone. They're not even touching the fact that Cenk basically, denied a certain group of people being, wiped out. I had to choose my words there because I don't want to use certain ones like with the 14,000 words. I remember when the days of George Carlin, there were certain words you couldn't say. Oh, you can say those words now, but you can't say like normal shit. But yeah, he's denying that, and he named his supposed news organization after the group that committed it. And they're not even touching that. That's like the gimme. That would have been like the shit they should have let off with. But I love this. He has a history of racist, homophobic, and misogynistic comments that are inconsistent with the Democrat Party. What fucking Democrat Party are you talking about? Holy shit. Dude, the Democrat Party is the party of racism. It still is today with this, low expectations. Oh, well, they're black, they're Hispanic, they're this, they're that. They can't succeed on their own. We've got to help them. That's fucking racist. You're the party of racism, dude. I love this shit. At least 2 Republicans are also vying for the congressional seat. Steve Knight, the former congressman who lost to Miss Hill in 2018, and George Papadopoulos, a former Trump campaign advisor who was sentenced to prison for lying to the FBI. Excuse me, but shit that's coming out about that looks like, his statements might have been tampered with by the FBI. The whole thing was an illegal fucking search, and they're going, oh, well, he was sentenced to jail for lying to the FBI. If you forget something and the FBI, honestly forget, and the FBI finds out and you're like, oh shit, I forgot about that. They can nail you for quote unquote lying to them, even though it was an honest fucking mistake. So you got to take that whole idea of lying to the FBI with a grain of salt. And you know what? No offense, but you should be able to lie to the FBI. You're not under oath. You're not in a court of law. If you want to tell them to go fuck themselves and tell them that you shit purple Twinkies, which is a lie, you should be able to do that. You should be able to tell them whatever fucking lie you want. If they're investigating you and they've got nothing and they want you to incriminate yourself, lie up a fucking storm. That's what I say. Screw them. You have a right not to incriminate yourself. The FBI, if they ask you a question, you have to answer. And you have to be honest, or you go to prison. That circumvents your fucking right to not self-incriminate. And they're using that, George Papadopoulos. You know what's funny? They're trying to make it sound like, he lied to the FBI. Marion fucking Barry, Democrat, smoked crack cocaine on camera. FBI, actually, I believe it was, were the ones filming it. And he got elected how many times? And you're trying to say, George Papadopoulos, he's probably got a better chance than everyone else there so far. Because as you guys are saying, it's a moderate district. And you've really pissed off the the average person. You idiots on the left, you pissed off the people who are like non-political. They're even becoming political now. You've pissed off, the people who are middle of the road, the fence post sitters, the independents. You've pissed off all these people. He's probably got a better chance of getting elected because of it. Oh, God. The primary election will be held on March 3rd, the same day as the presidential primary in the state. If no candidate receives more than 50% of the votes, the top two vote getters, regardless of party, will advance to the November election. Now, this is what's fucked up. It should just be one side and the other. This is what I don't understand about California. Okay. If two Democrats win, get the top two tiering, you got a Democrat versus a Democrat. So you've got a choice between shit sandwich or shit sandwich. It's not douche and shit sandwich. It's shit sandwich and shit sandwich. And it's just as bad with douche and douche. I mean, it sucks to get the false left-right paradigm. You got to fucking choose left or right anyways. But that's even more bullshit. Shit sandwich or shit sandwich. Oh, I guess I'll have the shit sandwich. Anyway, I just find this fucking hilarious. Cenk Uygur is getting fucking ass raped by the legacy media using the stupid shit that he said. It's poetic justice. It's fucking beautiful. Oh my God, this is like some priceless shit. And that's why I had to cover this article. And if you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Because, we're a little over a half hour now. And most people tend to click off like 5 or 8 minutes. And if you made it to the end, I just wanted to say thank you. Now, enough said on this. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.